going on, everybody? How's your Friday? How was your week? Mine was great. Here we go. Let's hop right in. So I'm going to, we'll do a quick spin around here. Caden, what's happening? How you doing, brother? So we're in the, this is the Toliss A319, but we've got a couple other things running today. I had a mod, I don't know, when I first started, yep, we are exactly in a 319. When I got X-Plane going in October, I wouldn't say I didn't know what I was doing, but, you know, there's a lot to take in with X-Plane. It's very much a kind of a nerd sandbox. So I did get an app called X-Vision, and I didn't know that because X-Plane had patched up to 11.5, for a time, X-Vision did not have shaders, but there's X-Vision 2.0 now. I downloaded it last night. It does have shaders, and it really alters how the game looks really, really dramatically. It's a graphics app. I do have a 757. I flew it, I think we flew it last stream, yeah. So it's got shaders, but it also does a lot of tweaks to the graphic settings, and no real big hit on FPS. We're also running Active Sky that brings in real world weather and kind of injects it into X-Plane. And we've also got, in fact, I'll turn it on right now. We've got Shatter going. Turn that on right here. There we go. And we did use X-Life last episode. That's where all this traffic is coming from. This is generated traffic. It's not static. But because we're at an airport, how do I want to say this? So runway 30 in Edinburgh closed in 2018. And when I did the test leg this morning, X-Life kept trying to send me out on runway 30, which is gone. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I have no complaints about X-Plane whatsoever. But it is, like I said, it's kind of a nerd tool. All right, so we've got, we do have external power available. At bed, I have been absolutely fighting my cursor only in this aircraft. I don't know if you can see my cursor at all, and if you can, I don't know if it's like flickering around, but it seems to flicker really badly in this aircraft in particular. It's kind of bugging me. I'm going to try to reinstall it, see if I can figure out what's going on. Right, so we'll get that turned up. We'll get that turned up. Right, like so. Right, like so. We'll go down here. Get this turned up. Yeah, it's like it snags. I'm told, as I read about it, I'm told it's either SASL, which is the theft protection that all these devs use, or it has something to do with the way Toliss built this aircraft, that they want the mouse to sort of hesitate and hover as it would in real life. I don't know. I just find it to be really annoying. It drives me crazy. All right, let's go top. So we want batteries on. Do that first. We want fuel pumps on. IRS is aligning. That's always the first thing that I do. We want emergency lights armed. Seatbelts on. No smoking on. Want our evac on. That's good right up here. Strobes to auto. Beacons on. And this is going to be a quick pre-flight and a quick flight. I think it's about a 40-minute flight from Edinburgh to Manchester. I've been doing these routes because I got all these airports, but I find I've uninstalled most of them already. And that is, I mean, I guess we can talk about that a little bit as we fly. Echo Golf Papa Hotel. Right. 131355. Let's go down here. 131 355. 131 355. 5 131. And we on COM 1. Hang on. We might have to move this. There we go. I can barely hear him. Sir, can you speak up a little? Yeah, I can't even hear the ATIS. And it's not giving me the visual display up front. Oh, game. Why you gotta do this to me on a Friday? right, so if I turn this off, let's try this. If I turn this off, there we go.
Altimeter 2962.
2962, that's what I needed. Departing on 06. Okay. So we can go back here now, turn this back on. All right. And we're working our way through here. Next would be, we've got fuel, we've got passengers on board. I guess we can start MCDU in Airbus. Hang on. Get rid of that. MCDU in Airbus, not called the FMS or FMC like I'm used to. And we want, right down here, MCDU. So we're going to go to INET is our first screen. And if I can find it, there it is. And we are going Echo, Golf, Papa Hotel to Echo, Golf, Charlie, Charlie. That goes right there. Our alt is, let's get an operational flight plan open here. Our alt is, go here. Our alt is Heathrow, EGLL. Echo, Golf, Lima, Lima. Put that right in there. Flight number will be, as always, Tango Papa Golf, 313. Drop that right in there. Cost index will be 45. 23,000 feet. And temp will be 23,000 minus 34. All right. Drop that in. Align IRS. All right. So the climb wind will be 322022. 022, and that is at 11,300 feet. That in. Cruise wind at 23,000 is 307 at 60. Be 07. Yeah, the flickering cursor. 307 at 60. 60. Damn it. Put that right in there. Descent wind. It's going to be right in here. 297.035. Oh, 35. And that is 12,300. Right. And alt wind, I'm going to go outside just for a second because I need to look at my other monitor. And if I don't do this before, it's going to bounce all over with track IR. So if we go to London, insert that as our alt, and then if we go to London, all right, 260 at 11, pop back in here. We've got 260 at 11, 260 at 11. Beautiful. All right, so we close this for now. We have all that. We have all that. IRS INET. Right, so we're good there. And now we'll go to flight plan. So that's right there. Bring this back up. And we are going. Waypoint will be Go Sam. Golf Oscar Sierra Alpha Mike. Right in there. And then Go Sam Airways, we want Papa 600. Papa 600 to Fennec. Papa 600 to Fennec. And then Lima 612. 612. Lima 612 to Lakey. To Lakey. Really? Ah, gotta spell it right. Drop it right in there. All right. And do we have any discontinuities? I think we'll have one at the end. Yeah, so let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Back up top. Departing on runway 6, and we're taking the GOSAM 1D. So runway 6. GOSA 1D. Beautiful. Insert that. Clear that. Okay. Then back up top. This is a bit of a mess. Hopefully it will smooth out a little bit. There we go. Number 6. Go some Fennec. Lakey. And then if we go to Manchester, arrival, and we're on runway 23 left. Really? You can do an RNAV into 23 left. Let's go 23 right then. Let's call an audible. ILS 23 right. And we want the Rosen 2A. Is that an option? Yep. There's a Rosen 2A. Yeah, MCT. Insert that. And there's your flight plan. Right. Down there. So if we pop this out now, this is a nice feature on this aircraft. I mean, on the model, I don't know how this is done in real life, but on this one, we can go crazy zoom right now. We can go here and back up top. Right. So we're out on runway 6. Runway 6 out of Edinburgh. All right. Around here. So we have a discontinuity at Rosun. Okay. When I flew it this morning, I saw what they wanted us to do, so we'll be okay once we get there. All right. There is flight plan, and we want what else? So this is the second flight plan. We're not going to do that. Radio nav. We can put in moment. If we go up here, we go to CC. 23 right is the ID is INN. So let's see if we can put this in. There we go. Oh, never mind. They want our, for now, they want our departure runway. Okay. All right, so there's that. That's that. That's that. 6-1. Okay, so that's all good. This down here. And we can go to weight. So that's second page of INET. Here we go. .4 for the zero fuel weight. So 58.4. Drop that right in there. Our block fuel was 7.5 tons. And there's Airbus. Just populates everything for you. Beautiful. This is secondary flight plan. That's for our alt. We're not going to need that. That. So we go to performance. Back here. 150, 150, 153. So we are 150, 150, 153. Right. And we get 0 up, flex temp 5.2. So we're going to go flaps 2. And then 0. Okay. Flex temp 52 degrees. Right there. That's what Manchester is called. I thought Manchester was called Barton. I downloaded an airport, a Payware airport, a very disappointing Payware airport. I thought it was Barton. Are there 2 airports in Manchester? Next phase. Next phase. Descent. And QNH is 1002. Sorry, it's not 1000. QNH. Temperature 8. Wind is 291 at 8. 291 at 8. We'll say 250 on the decision height. Drop that right in there. And there's go around. Okay. I think we're good. Take a quick look through here and then we'll get pushback going. Okay, I didn't know there were 2. I saw Barton. I thought that was the international airport. So 211, 6,000, 6,000. 10,000. $20,000. Cruise 23. And let's clear this out. There we go. Top of descent between DCS and Lakey. Okay. There you go. All right, there's a flight plan. So we'll take a look up top. Let's see if MCP is configured. And we want this to be 23,000. Plus on both sides. Let's go top. Get the APU going. All right. Have you seen how have you seen how small our Airbus is? Look at this little thing. I knew the 319 was smaller than the 320, but this is tiny, man. This is like a commuter jet. I flew the 767 out of Innsbruck the other day. That was very exciting. Trying to take off at 1,800 feet with a 6,000 foot runway and a wide body. What else was I doing? I was going to go here. And let's take a look at our departure. So if we go here, we're departing on, what do we say, the Gosum 1 Delta? All right, so down here. We did say we were going out on the Gosum, did we not? Oh, okay. Gosum 1D. I got you. When you said small, I thought you meant like small jets, but that is, yeah, that's tiny. This is the Gosum 1D. Okay. There's Gosum. There's Combo. QW30, 35. Okay, so is this, yeah, I think this is a radial, maybe. All right. I'm a little bit confused, but I'm just going to let the software fly us out of here, because it looks like depart on the 060, then turn to 044, and then 180 degrees to 257. So that's this turn right here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. All right. So we're good there. This is all good. All right. And we want to go, I guess this way. It's the only way we really can go. There we go.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready. We haven't got the stats displayed on the board in front of us. Roger, but the company has provided information.
So, okay, so Ringway is the international airport. That's the one that I'm going to. I got you.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, so we're on APU. Come up there, come up here. And we'll get rid of ground power. Doors are closed. Take another look, make sure everything's okay. Yep, I think we're okay. Now, something that I do like about Airbus is as long as all the lights are out, everything is fine. So our goal before takeoff is just to have this entire board dark. And as far as down here.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
We want map of the airport right there. I was so confused earlier when it kept sending me to runway 30. Runway 30 used to be over here, but it's gone now. All right, are we set? I think we are. Close this momentarily. All right, here we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
So, packs off. And we'll start number 2. There we go.
Hello, Glenn, Kilo 1073 Delta. Push-up ready.
Kilo 1073, information is Papa Q-Day 008. Make right on the next one for level 805.
188 and 11805, gather plan. 1073, over.
All right. 2 is stable. Start number 1. It's an interesting taxi. I feel like something's broken in the game. Right, like it doesn't know that runway 30 is gone.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tows. Stand by.
Come down here and see what our no trim. Okay, just confirming. So we will come off APU bleed, turn the APU off, packs back on, do that a few seconds apart, because apparently if you turn them both on at once, you can really make people's ears hurt. So you need a pause between. I would not have thought of that.
Disconnected. Bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
There he goes. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of something like that. I would have just turned packs on, but apparently you need that little pause in between. What else did we need to do? We need to throw some flaps out. Come down here. Good here. Weather is on. Good color. Turn that off. Lock the door. All right, I think we're set. So now we want this again. All right, let's just pretend that didn't happen. You know what? It's just pixels. At the end of the day, it's just pixels. I am liking X-Life. The thing that I'm noticing about X-Life, about a lot of things in X-Plane, is this game came out in 2017. I feel like the period of peak mod for X-Plane is well past. Sort of like Farm Sim. It's just not nearly as active as it used to be. And I find mods, payware stuff for sale that was last updated in like 2017. And the game has patched up significantly since then. So it's, you know, it is what it is. But it's not always easy sometimes to sort this stuff out. The airports that I downloaded, I took all but 2 of them out. Super, super disappointed with the way that worked out. And we want this one? Yeah, I think we get there this way. Super disappointed with the way that worked out, but some of those airports were, they're just old. They're just old and they really don't look good. The game switched from OpenGL to Vulkan in November of last year. So a lot of the airports haven't been converted over. Like, really none of them have been converted over. I say not many, but it's really none. And it's not quite abandonware, but it's definitely not... it's a nerd game. It's not a... I don't know. It's not the prettiest game. I mean, you can make it look good. I think it looks fine, but it certainly doesn't look like Flight Simulator. Nothing does, in fairness. But it takes a lot of work, I'm finding, to keep the game running. A lot of mod conflicts, and I guess it just depends what you want it to do. You know, as far as what you want the sim to do. Let's clear that out. There we go. That's just gonna fight me. Hang on, I gotta zoom in to grab this one. That is definitely the downside to Track IR. I love Track IR. I can't do anything without it now, but it is a little tricky sometimes. Shellington's been up. Whoa, Shellington's been updated? No, I didn't know that. I thought it was. I mean, not. I knew it was still valid or whatever, but I thought with everything that went down with Oxygen David and Giants that he was just going to leave it as is. All right, everything looks good up there. All right, I think we can find it from here. And we're going to go ahead and go to Tower. Oh, right on. I'll go take a look. I hope that doesn't mess too much stuff up. We don't have a lot of time on our save game, but you know, it's never fun to start over. And let's see what Ryanair is doing out here. Daniel, what's happening? How you doing? Let's see what Ryanair is doing. Come on, buddy. I don't see any traffic. There is another traffic app that I'm thinking about getting called World Traffic 3. Doesn't really have the ATC component. Man, I'm so disappointed with what went down with VATSIM. I was really kind of counting on that for my MP buzz. Sir, what is happening over here? I was really counting on VATSIM to be awesome. And it is. It just wasn't for me. Now, I kind of looked into... can I put captions? I don't know. I think maybe you can. But I don't know if they do them in real time. I know once a video on YouTube, once a video is converted to a video... Right? Like once it's... So right now this is a live stream, but after it processes, it'll just be up there as a regular video. I think you can turn closed captions on at that point, but I don't know if there's a way to do it live. Ryanair, what are you doing, buddy? We got to get a move on here. Sir. Yeah, things like this. I mean, captions are unavailable. Yeah, it might be because it's live. I think it needs to be converted, and then they'll be available. All right, we're gonna have to break the immersion here. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to do this. So yeah, I think the only real solution for ATC and traffic is other people. Like the best AI isn't it's just people. You know, you don't need anything artificial. It's just people. Oh, now he's going. Okay, all right. It's just really not cool. There's several ways to do it. You can do it in VATSIM, you can do it in Iveo, you can do it in Pilot Edge, or you can use what I'm using right now, which is XLive.
Approaching 06.
All right.
Runway 06.
And we'll give a 2-minute interval so we don't have any problems with wake turbulence. And then I think we're ready to go. And it's about a 40-minute flight, so we should be getting in right around sunset. All right. Feels about right. Start the clock. Turn those on, and we want 2 clicks. So there's 1. There's 2. Auto throttle wakes up. Here we go. V1, rotate. Yeah, flight plan was not entered. You're right, you're right. All right, we'll back this down to climb. There we go. Can I zoom to the aircraft speed? Yeah. Right here. Accelerating through 180 knots. And I'm going to bring the rest of the flaps in. And I believe we'll bug up to 206 through this turn, and then 250 till we get to 10,000. 10-mile final for Ridgeway. I'm finding some of these finals are absolutely terrifying. It's the flute song. Some of these finals are, you turn on final with like 4 or 5 miles to go to the airport. They're crazy tight. All right, so strobe's on. We can turn the logo light off. Taxi and runway turn-in lights off. I mean, I have to say Airbus is not the most interesting aircraft to fly because it does automate so many procedures, but it's definitely safe and easy to fly compared to that MD-88. I love the MD-88. I think that's my favorite aircraft, but I mean, it's once you fly an Airbus, you can understand why they exist and why they're built the way they are. All right, hop back in here. Altimeter to standard. There we go. And we're leveled off at 6,000. So we've got, yep, another couple waypoints. Then we'll climb through 10,000 to 23,000. XLive is going to go in your plugins folder, but I think there's some other stuff that needs to go in other folders as well. You'll need CSL Bluebell, and I think there's I don't know that it's just a single drop for XLive. I don't know if it's just a single drop. I think there may be some other things you need to put into other folders, but it's all on their website. And we can close out some of this stuff too, because we are done with that. We're done with that. Yep, no worries. So we've got, and we can close this as well. So if we go here, it's the airport proper, and we're landing on, let me say the Rosen. Nope. Damn it. The Rosen 2A, so that's this one, right? And then our approach is going to be Cat 2, Cat 3, 2-3 right. All right, easy enough. And if we go down here, that's not what I'm looking for. And everything is so different. Is it down here? Yep. $16.20. $4.20, and right now it is $3.40. So about 40 minutes in the air. And I did want to fly in daylight. I love flying at night, but nothing to see. So we've got Active Sky injecting these cloud textures, and then we've got X-Vision tweaking everything else. I think the game looks amazing. I mean, I didn't think it looked... how do I want to say this? It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look as good as Flight Simulator. And so by comparison, it looks bad. But I think with those two mods running, you know, nothing to complain about at the moment. Yeah, that looks fine. I'll take it. But it is, it's very much a kind of a nerd sandbox. And a lot of mods need adjusting. Stuff is broken, abandoned. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be reconfigured, converted. So it takes a little bit of extra work. It's definitely not a plug and play kind of sim. But I've been finding solutions to most things. Other than those airports, I don't have the time to convert those airports over and get them all sorted out, so I just pulled them all out. I regret wasting the money, but what can you do? Some of them work fine. Some of them look great. A lot of them, they don't even look as good as base game. I think what's been happening is over the past 2 years, 3 years, Laminar has been continuing to update base game. And some of that payware, they released it 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, and then just kind of we're done with it. Now, some of the aircraft are still updating. The Mad Dog, the MD-88 that I have, just updated end of 2020. Converted everything over to Vulkan. Some of the flight factor stuff updates all the time, but then other stuff does not. So you really need to, I really need to, lesson learned, I really need to take a look at the reviews and take a look at the last time something was fixed as far as payware. And this is, I think this is Glasgow already that we're going over. Yeah, it is. Hang on. Because we have kind of an odd departure where we leave Edinburgh and then just more or less fly. Yeah, let's go right here. Yeah. So here's Edinburgh. We take off from Edinburgh and then fly like almost directly over Glasgow. All right. I mean, I guess everybody does it different. So ultimately, I am very, very happy with the game. I've been playing the hell out of it, and I plan to continue. I took a look at Flight Simulator the other day to see if anything was different, if anything had changed, if, you know. And apparently even the payware aircraft are not coming along. I think the payware developers are waiting for the game to be done before they start making aircraft for it. And I don't know if it's going to be. I really don't. I mean, you hear people say, well, it's Flight Simulator, it's Microsoft. They have big plans. They want the game to be around for a long, long time. So, of course, they're going to fix it and make it right. And then from another angle, it's like, yeah, no, they got their money. They're out. And if the community wants to fix it, they can. But, you know, don't have high hopes that this game is going to be radically built into anything else, which would be horribly disappointing. It really, really would be. Wow, these clouds are these clouds are amazing. First I've seen of them. I got everything re-injected through Active Sky and all the new textures yesterday. When I did the test leg this morning, I flew inside. I was not seeing all this from outside. Wow, these look really good. All right. No complaints. So yeah, I have no doubt that Microsoft Flight Simulator 20 is better and more fun for VFR. If you're down below 2,000 feet, below 1,000 feet, it's awesome. But for the kind of flying that I've been doing, this is, yeah, I think this works better for me. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to look this way. I think I've been massaging it, you know, with my little fingers. I've been massaging it. And so now, I don't know, it's got these nice, soft, fluffy clouds. I'll take it. All right, so we're making our turn. Let me see. Yep, I think, oh, easy. Easy. I think we're making our turn, and then it's just going to be kind of due south from here all the way to Manchester. Let's get this open. Right here, yep. And Manchester is right there. And TOD is really not very far at all. TOD is 80 miles, so, well, let me see. I can look on here if I can get down. Oh, so many cameras. Lakey is, let me see, 1,600, and it is, yeah, 12 minutes to TOD. And then things will get exciting again. But, yeah, I'm not, I don't know. I hope I didn't overstate it earlier. I wouldn't say that I'm disappointed with the game. But it does take quite a bit of work. A lot more work than I was anticipating. But if you can get everything playing well together, if you can get everything working well together. And I haven't had a lot of crashes either. I know people have a lot of crashes with this game. And I have not been having crashes, so I'm feeling really happy about that. And while we have nothing going on, oh, hang on, I gotta swap this over too. Man, I wish this would happen automatically as well. The chatter app, I wish this would go from clearance to ground to tower to center, but when I went to the developer page, they said the reason it can't is because there's different criteria. Like that, they need to use a really soft logic because there's different criteria for those frequency changes depending on where you are and what you're doing. And I hope, at some point, we're actually going to climb. Oh, no, we are. Okay. We're at 12.5, climbing 3,000 feet per minute. Doesn't really look like it, though. Does it? Hang on. Let me go back out here. I mean, yeah, I guess from a certain angle. But I wouldn't think that plane was climbing at 3,000 feet per minute. Our cost index is really, really low, though, so the engines may be kind of spooled down. Games like this fascinate me because I don't want to say there's no hand-holding, but it's like you sort of have to figure out for yourself what the game is capable of, what it can do, and then you have to figure out how to make that happen. There's a lot of Reddit. There's a lot of time on forums. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's... Ooh, every now and then that happens. I don't think I ever saw that happen in Flight Simulator 20. I feel like the transitions are a lot softer, but, you know, it is what it is. That's the sort of thing that, you know, if the devs could do anything about that, they would. Right? It's not like they're unaware of that and they just think, oh, it's fine. They'd fix it if they could. And I cannot believe how small this aircraft is. Check this out, too. Look how disproportionately big those engines are compared to the rest of the plane. Ridiculous. And I'm really not an Airbus fan, I have to say. I got the 321 and I got the 319 just to kind of mix things up a little bit. But I did not anticipate the 319 being this small. It's just wee. Right on. All right, so we will start our descent momentarily here. Get into Manchester and start our weekend. And I'm trying to eyeball there because we're not quite top of climb yet. I think the total distance between top of climb and top of descent is going to be about 10 miles. Yeah, that was what happened on VATSIM. They had the same handoff, or either directly from Scotland to London. All right, there's top of climb. I don't know if you can see this. Let me zoom in for you. So we just hit top of climb just before Bebney, and top of descent is right before we get to Lakey. So we're only going to be at 23,000 for just a few minutes, and we'll start a descent. And see if I can peek over here and get some weather in Manchester. 2953 on the altimeter. Okay. I know VATSIM, as far as I understand, both VATSIM and Iveo use the real, I don't know, breakouts for ATC, so that there is a London center. There is a Scottish center. So I think they try to make it as real world as possible.
Hello 34, 1 is Juliet Charlie, climb flight level 20. Climb flight level 20, 34, 1 Juliet Charlie.
All right, so we'll take this down to 1,000 feet.
Juliet Charlie, proceed direct to Omelo.
All right.
Direct to Omelo, 34, 1 Juliet Charlie. Kilo 173, pass flight level 57, climb 130 in my English. Kilo 173, goeiedag, climb flight level 20. Climb flight level 220, Kilo 173. Arctic 100 open. Kilo 1974, speed 250.
Babs is Blackpool.
Kilo 4 is Victor, speed 300.
Okay. Hang on, let me get my map open here.
Goedemiddag, Alpha 712, Whiskey, climb flight level 130. Snowpoint 72 Alpha Whiskey, hello, climb flight level 220, direct to landing out. Level 220, direct to Alpha 712 Whiskey. Kilo 1994, goeiedag, wat is de Arctic erachter? Spike 4 voor de 180 center, make the speed 250 for the signal. Kilo 1974, what do you press heading? Kilo 1873, maintain speed 300 knots in the climb. Maintain 3.5.
Blackpool, south of Fleetwood. I wonder what level of detail there is on this map. Trying to see if I can spot that.
Alpine 72 Alpha Whiskey, the speed in the climb, maximum 290. Kilo 1974, descent level 180.
All right, there's TOD. Here we go.
Turkish 41 Juliet Charlie, climb flight level 250. Climb flight level 250, Turkish 41 Juliet Charlie. Kellam 1994, descend flight level 150. Descend flight level 150, Kellam 1994. Kellam 486, direct strike board. Direct strike board, Kellam 486, okay. Kellam 1873, climb flight level 250. Climb level 250, Kellam 1873.
Still over Lake District.
Kellam 1974.
Back here.
160. Descend flight level 160, Kellam 1974. Kellam 1974, turn left for heading 290. Left heading 290, Kellam 1974. Alpine 712, whiskey, climb flight level 250. 250, Alpine 712, whiskey. Kellam 1974, descend to flight level 70. Descend flight level 70, 1974. Kellam 48 Victor, approach 19055. 19055, Kellam 48 Victor, goeie. Turkish 41 Juliet Charlie, call Maastricht 133855, goodbye. 133855, Turkish 41 Juliet Charlie, goodbye. Kellam 1974, turn left heading 240, next turn will be to Spijkerboord. Left 240, wake up, please, Kellam 1974. Kellam 1873.
This in a little bit.
132.515, please. 132.515 at speed, Kellam 1873, bye. Kellam 1974, direct Spijkerboord. Spijkerboord, Kellam 1974. Alpine 72 Alpha Whiskey, report to speed to Maastricht 132.515, goodbye. 132.515, Alpine 72 Alpha Whiskey. Kellam 1974, expedite to descent out of 100. Circle, Kellam 1974. Hello, Turkish 560 heavy. Touching 290, 260.
TNT 56. So we got a speed drop coming here. Down to 250. And we'll be getting close to 10,000 feet at that point, so 250 is perfect.
Kellam 35 Foxtrot, goeiedag, climb flight level 150, direct to Germinghausen. Germinghausen, neem 150. Following 5 Mike Papa, climb to flight level 250. Climb level 250, climb Mike Papa.
All right, there's 15,000. And there's our speed drop. We're down to 250 now. And from Rosen. Yeah, those are all linked. It looks like the aircraft is going to fly the entire approach, but we're going to monitor very carefully. All right, there's 14,000. Throw some igniters on. All right, we're down to 130 now. Sorry, 230. Yep, that works. Stan, how you doing? Typically it's called the barn, Stan. Just look on the map for wherever it says the barn. Sometimes it'll be on your property. I think on Shellington, it may be at the dairy farm. If not, just look for a building called barn, or look in the market and go to the hay bale and see what is buying the hay bale, and then whatever that building is, just find it on the map. All right, so we're coming to 10,000 feet. I'm going to get some lights turned on here. All right. Auto brake. Auto brake. Arm speed brakes. Barometer set. 2953. 2953. Set. Need to worry about anti-ice. Yeah, why not? There we go. All right, so we're going to make this big turn here and fly essentially over the airport. They've got us, let me get this open here. They've got us, we're going to make this turn here. D1, D4, let's take a look. We'll be at 5,000 feet at CF23/04. Let's see where that is. All right, so we're making our big turn. We'll start throwing some laundry out here pretty soon. It's different. I think if the Boeing is in the middle, right, like either the 7.3, the 7.5, or the 7.6 that I have, if they're in the middle as far as like ease of use and I don't know, because you want to do things, you don't want the plane to fly itself. So the Boeing is sort of in the middle, all of them, and then the MD-88 is at the other end of the spectrum. It's just an absolute nightmare and pain in the ass to fly. And Airbus is, like right now, it's just essentially flying itself. I'm not really doing anything. So I think that's if Boeing is in the middle, then the MD-88 and both the Airbus, the 319 and the 321 that I have, both of them are sort of the other end, right? Where the aircraft takes care of itself more. Am I saying that right? And we're going to drop down to 202. There you go. And we're at 7,000 feet. I don't want to be at 7,000 feet. I want to be at 5,000 feet. Yes and no. I mean, proper pilots will tell you it's best to learn in like a Cessna 172 or something. Hang on, multitasking. It's best to learn in like a Cessna 172 or something, because it's so simple and so basic, and you do have to do so many things manually. Sort of like learning to drive a manual transmission. If you can learn to drive a stick, then you can already drive an automatic. But if you learn to fly in a plane that does everything for you, then you haven't really learned to do it yourself. All right, so we're going to try to level off at 5,000 feet. Sorry, concentrating. All right, so there's 5,000 feet. Don't be alarmed by that sound. I'm sure it's fine.
Altimeter setting.
Good afternoon, Skyline 7 for Golf. Setting kind of a 260 hard. Skyline 7 for Golf, 2002, Artem Schiphol, runway 189, descent level 200. Artem Schiphol, 18 right 200, Skyline 7 for Golf. 7 for Golf, there is a slight delay, the speed to 50. Reducing speed to 50, Skyline 7 for Golf. Hello, Orange 72 Whiskey, 337, descending 260, speed 250 knots. Orange 72 Whiskey, good day, notice.
Yeah, I gotta figure out a compromise with the mouse wheel. I guess that's why a lot of people don't use the mouse wheel for controlling things in the aircraft, is it does zoom in and out, and it's really distracting. All right, so we'll try to grab a localizer here. Let's see about landing this plane. It is ILS, but I don't know. Autoland it doesn't work so good in sim. It's crazy that it works better in real life than it does in sim. But a lot of times in sim, it does not work well. All right. So we're at 4,000 feet. Oh, there's the airport. Beautiful. I could do without this big old hill right here that we're going over. Yeah, this is a little... Hang on. Let's go outside and take a look at this. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you know it's there, you could sort of accommodate it, but it's a little unnerving just the same. All right. So here is Vorlock. Vorlock, sir. All right. Vorlock doesn't want to lock. There's 2-3 right, yeah. All right, I mean, I guess we're going to fly it manually. All right. I'm going to get quiet here because the ILS is not grabbing. I mean, I can see it on there, but it's not taking it. Okay, we'll fly it manually. Yeah, I'm not seeing glide slope either. All right, something's going on. Because it is not... Yeah, it's not giving me glide slope at all. Okay. Well, we'll just do it manually. We'll do it live.
November 2, Kilo Yankee, turn 15 degrees to the right. 15 degrees to the right, yes, heading 275. Thank you.
2,500.
All right, it's coming off auto throttle. There we go. Oh, okay.
Too high. Too high.
I beg your pardon. I see what I did when when we were leaving Edinburgh, right? It wanted the
2, 3, right.
It wanted the frequency and course of runway 6, right? And I never converted it over. I never put in 2-3 right at Manchester.
Too low. Terrain.
Too low, too high. Sir.
Too low. Flaps.
Sir.
Too low. Flaps.
100,
Too low. Flaps.
50, 40,
Too low.
30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
All right, there's reversers. There we go. The auto brakes turned off.
900 meters remaining.
All right. Well, that was not how I thought it was going to work out, but it worked out. I don't think we broke anything. Let's get this thing parked and we'll call it. So we need to vacate the runway.
Caution on taxiway. On taxiway.
There we go. Get some lights turned off. Right. Wing and engine ice off. And we'll get the APU started. There. All right, everything good down here. Everything's good down here. Okay, here we go. The other thing that I really miss about VATSIM is they always had a place for you to go. They always had a gate for you. Whoever was running ground had a gate to send you to, and now we can just sort of go wherever we want, but try to find someplace appropriate. So if we go right around here... Oh, thanks. It was a little rough. I mean, I think if it was real life, I wouldn't have killed anybody. As far as you can prove. I wouldn't have killed anybody, but mistakes were made. And we want, we're going to turn these off. Apparently that's a big deal. You always want to turn your taxi lights off before you pull in so you don't blind the crew. Oh, sir. Come back. There we go. All right. Set the brake. Strobe lights off. Beacon lights off. Everything's off, I think. Yep. Fire up the APU if I can get that. If I can get the mouse on it. So as soon as we have APU power, we will switch over to that, shut the engines down, and we will be done. There's something else I noticed. So right up here, you can see this little M right here. This taxiway is supposed to be active. It's supposed to come out to me. Let's see if we can pull up a little bit and make that happen. Or do we have to pull back? There it is. Okay. Just needed to pull forward a little bit more. So check this out. So now, set the brake, and now we can bring this over. Yeah, this stuff is really inconsistent from like airport to airport, payware, freeware. And there is APU power. So we'll turn that on, and we can shut the engines down. There's 1 and 2, if I can find it. If I can find it, there it is. And seatbelt sign is off. There you go. All right. It's always interesting, but somehow we make it work. There you go. Thanks, everybody. We'll do some Chellington tomorrow, and then I think I'm going to take Sunday off, but we may drive the truck on Sunday. I've been building a lot of skins for both ETS and ATS, so we'll figure it out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Good night.
Exit Gabbinghausen, Flight level 231,